Okay, so this is a super quick, as quick as I can make it, video about why I'm very, very convinced that Frostpaw is going to be the leader that we've been looking for all of A Starless Clan. Alright. First reason, it can't be Icewing, and this is very relatively new information that just came out a few days ago that eliminates Icewing because she, according to the preview chapters on Ivypool's Heart, she's going on an adventure, and she's going to be the questing cat from RiverClan, and so she won't be even there when Star takes place, because Star takes place at the same time as Ivypool's Heart, so there's no way it could be Icewing, and she has been a very popular candidate from fans, so it can't be her. Second, it can't be Mothwing, and you may say, why? Because she's probably one of the most popular choices. So a few reasons. Of course, it theoretically could be Mothwing, but I don't think it will be, because first off, she's too old. As of this arc, she's 11, which is very old. And you may say, well, Squirrelflight was old too, but yes, she was a year younger. And she was the deputy. Mothwing has been the medicine cat for a long, long time, and her whole character arc has been, despite all the difficulties of not believing the Star Clan, despite all the difficulties of losing so many she's loved, she wants to stay as a healer, she wants to be a medicine cat, and that's always been kind of her heart, And suddenly changing that, and suddenly, yeah, I know I've been a medicine cat my entire life and I've been devoted to that, boom, now I'm going to be leader, seems a little bit far off of what Mothwing's character really is. And also, of course, we can't forget the Star Clan issues that it's likely, since she cannot speak with Star Clan and she's had a strained relationship with them, that she may not even be able to get 9 lives, or she wouldn't accept them. So I don't think it'll be Mothwing for those reasons. Alright, so quick side theory about Mothwing, I'll say super fast, is that, of course I have no proof of this is literally just me making stuff up, but I think it would be cool if Mothwing was the one who took down Splashtail, because there's still the question of what are we going to do with Splashtail, and I think it'd be very cool if she dramatically sacrificed herself, and the two of them maybe even tumbled into a ravine to bring it all the way back to the murder of Reed Whisker, and Mothwing did it to perhaps save Frostpaw or someone else, and she took down the tyrant Splashtail, and anyway, I think that'd be cool. I like Mothwing, but she is getting old, and it would be a very fitting end for her, I think. Anyway, moving on. Why is it Frostpaw? Second off is a pretty good reason, I think, the covers. Look at this. So there's been a lot of cats on the covers throughout this arc. The cats that are on repeat covers, Nightheart, Misty Star, both have 2. They've been on them twice, and Sunbeam's been on them 3 times. But Frostpaw has been on them 4 times, which you may just say, well, yeah, she's the main character, like she's the big wig, and that's certainly true. But that brings us to the Star cover, and the Star cover, yeah, it may not be the prettiest cover you've ever seen, but just look at it for a sec. Frostpaw is standing triumphantly in the middle. Yes, her eye color have changed again, but we're not talking about that. She's standing triumphantly in the middle with this brilliant gold sunlight behind her, and we've got the dead leader and deputy behind her, and the book is called Star. It's called Star, and Frostpaw's right under it. I don't know if you could get any clearer. Also, you may think, looking at the setting and also the fact that 2 dead cats are back there, that maybe this is the 9 life ceremony. Maybe that's what this scene is showing. So I think there really shouldn't be too many doubts when looking at this cover. But continuing on, some author's comments are another reason why. Frostpaw has replaced Greystripe as Carrie's all-time favorite, which is a pretty big deal because she had stuck by that for a long time, but she says Frostpaw is her favorite now, and that could just mean anything. That could just mean she likes Frostpaw, but it could also mean that this is a really big deal, like something big is going to happen with Frostpaw, and maybe that's becoming leader. Now, one of the errands had mentioned a medicine cat turned leader plot, that could be very interesting at some point. Now, the reason I say one of the errands, because I cannot for the life of me remember who it was. I know I read that somewhere, and I looked and looked and looked on the website. I just couldn't find it. So maybe this isn't the most solid reasoning ever. You may discard this from your reasoning because I can't find the actual quote where whichever author it was said that, but I do know it happened, and I read it somewhere, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. That was written a long time ago, but perhaps the editing team has come up with the medicine cat turned leader plot, and that could apply to Frostpaw. Alright, so another reason is the echoes to the Prophecies Begin arc. There's been a lot of echoes throughout this whole arc that remind me of the very first arc, and one of that, for example, Curlfeather being killed by dogs, and it turned out that the dogs weren't there accidentally. They were planted there, by Splashtail. And also the fact of Shadow Clan and RiverClan merging also reminds me of the Prophecies Begin. Splashtail in general just reminds me of another power-hungry but not quite as deranged Tiger Star. There's been a lot of echoes to it, and perhaps another echo could be nobody to hero, nobody to leader, just like Firestar was. And I could be off, but it seems like the themes may have been heading that direction, because from Frostpaw to be a medicine cat to warrior to leader would be pretty cool, and it'd be something nothing had been done like that before. There also hasn't been throughout all the arcs. There's been various heroes, yes, but no one's ever gone from a nobody to a leader, especially skipping over such dramatic things of like not having an apprentice, like still being an apprentice, kind of doing the impossible. It could be that they're showing more echoes of Firestar's journey in Frostpaw. Who knows? We'll see. And my last reason is that Frostpaw is destined for greatness and everyone knows it. And I'm just going to put up a few quotes here from her mother that you may read in a different light. This one says, this is from Curlfeather speaking, "I'll come up with an explanation. It'll sound reasonable. I'll just say his death was an accident, and Frostpaw will believe it. She always does. She believed it when I told her she was a medicine cat. She'll believe this too, and others will believe her." Now, of course, you could just say, oh, well, that's just Curlfeather manipulating her because she wants to be leader. And that's certainly true. Curlfeather, not the greatest person you've ever seen. But it could be that this plot of Curlfeather and Splashtail and Podlight runs even deeper than you may have thought it did, because perhaps not just Curlfeather and her crew wanted to become leader. Perhaps they were trying to keep Frostpaw from becoming leader. It's possible that Frostpaw was always destined for leadership, and it's possible that her family knew that, and they were trying to keep her not just to make her a medicine cat so they could appoint Curlfeather as leader, but it's possible they were trying to keep her from her destiny. Now, this is just a theory, but it's possible. Here's another quote from Curlfeather. "Nonsense, you'll be fine. Haven't we always known that you're special? Hasn't StarClan chosen you to be a medicine cat for RiverClan? Of course they have." And of course, this could just be her twisting things, being like, yeah, I want you to be a medicine cat so you can make me leader. But it could be that there's a grain of truth in here, that haven't we always known that you're special? Perhaps that Frostpaw really is special, And Riverstar has been a big influence throughout her life. In Wind, recently there was a scene where Frostpaw and I believe it was Puddleshine are crouching, hiding at the moon pool, and they see that Splashtail didn't get his 9 lives. That's very interesting, but we also find out that Riverstar just kind of floats over the supposed leader Splashtail, and I thought this scene was very interesting. He just kind of floats over him, and he looks over, and he just looks at Frostpaw and smiles, and that scene might seem kind of irrelevant, but I think it may have been his way of saying, it's you, kid. It's really you, and Frostpaw just hasn't gotten it yet. And then here's another quote, which is the famous quote, and everyone always remembers, "Trust no cat." That's kind of Frostpaw's anthem almost, but there's more of the quote. It goes, "Keep RiverClan safe and trust no cat." And this is just what Curlfeather says as she dies, and everyone's like, "Oh, trust no cat," that's a big influence in Frostpaw's life, and we also learn that Splashtail betrayed Curlfeather and all of that. But I think people forget about the keep RiverClan safe part. Like, Curlfeather seemed to care for RiverClan, but she may have also been, as quickly as she could, telling Frostpaw that it's your duty to keep RiverClan safe, and this was your duty all along. This was your destiny, I could be off, but I like this theory that Frostpaw was always destined to be leader, and her mother, her supposed boyfriend, and her uncle have been trying to keep her away from leadership. It's also quite interesting to know that Icewing, her grandmother, has always been supportive of Frostpaw. All these, little comments where she's just quietly supportive of her. It's possible that Icewing knew too, and she was not wanting to turn against her daughter, but she wanted to quietly support her granddaughter. Who knows? This theory was given to me by my mom, who she came up with this theory, actually. She's never read a Warriors book, but she came up with a very good theory, which I like, so thanks, Mom. Alright, so anyway, these are 5 of my reasons why I think Frostpaw should be leader, and I think that all the books have been pointing to Frostpaw being leader. And here's a quote from Frostpaw herself. "Cats can only thrive with help and support of others. We should accept that. We must help each other and share what we have instead of competing over land and prey. It needs to be a part of our way of life. I want RiverClan to be like that, to be something new, something different, something better. That's why choosing the right leader is so important." So, is Frostpaw going to be leader? Yes, I think so. I'm very convinced of it. Do the authors agree with me? I don't know, but this is my theory. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Good luck, Frostpaw. I'm definitely rooting for you. I'm your #1 fan over here. But yeah, we'll have to wait till November, which is still a bit of time away, but I'm excited to see if my theory is correct. So thanks for watching. Bye.